the right way to invest.
We're playing for the AFC Championship right here on 9 News.
Let's go out and play like the Denver Broncos.
3 days out, baby.
Best team here. Let's go out and play like it. Broncos on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Broncos. Touchdown, Denver Broncos to Terrell Davis. And the Broncos poured on.
60 minutes of football, our style, our way, in our house, man. Let's go.
That goes all the way. Touchdown. Game over. Terrell finished. This crowd is going for certain.
As laces tie leather, individual stars become the whole when joined as one in a single vision. A solitary mission, written in the lines that carve an old soldier's face, in the eager fire that lights a young man's eyes.
Cordell Stewart has it, running for the end zone. It's a foot race, and Cordell Stewart will take it in for the score.
Cordell Stewart, quarterback nouveau, impatient in his drive to win it all. He's brought his team to this moment in but his first year as a starting quarterback. Now he chases his future, while another is pursued by his past.
Elway will go home empty for a third straight time in a Super Bowl, third straight time in a Super Bowl, third straight time in a Super Bowl, third straight time.
Too often, history can be contrary and cruel in how she handles the legacy. John Elway knows that. This, then, perhaps his last, best chance to write the final verse. Individual parts drawn together, making up the whole. Today, they decide the AFC Championship. $60,000 at Three Rivers Stadium on a beautiful January day, the AFC Championship. The Wild Cards from the West, the Denver Broncos, and the Central Division champion Pittsburgh Steelers. We welcome you to Three Rivers Stadium. Big games, big names, big players, and what a wonderful contrasted quarterback.
Well, you have Cordell Stewart, the young quarterback, against John Elway, the older veteran. Cordell Stewart, when everybody talks about him, they talk about his running ability. Forget about that. Even if he was a slow quarterback, he can throw the football so well, such arm strength, that he can still be a good starting quarterback in the NFL. John Elway, the most dynamic, physically gifted quarterback, I think, to ever play the position in the NFL. He's 37 years old. Today, to be successful, he's going to need some protection and some help from his teammates.
No one's ever won more games at quarterback in league history than John Elway. The quarterbacks are the marquee names, but this game has featured runners as well.
Terrell Davis and Jerome Bettis. I'm going to tell you something right now. All eyes will be on these two guys. They both averaged over 4 yards a carry during the regular season. They are both punishing runners. But the other thing is that when these guys play this ball game, whoever gets 100 yards in this ball game, that will probably be the team that goes to the Super Bowl.
Well, just minutes before kickoff, and for the veteran leader, John Elway, time to talk the talk.
The only thing is we can only play it one play at a time. Let's go out, walk to walk, play Bronco football, and we'll come out champs. Broncos on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Broncos!
10, 9, 8. Hold the countdown.
Oh, no.
Refill, refill, refill.
Diet Dr. Pepper, it's the taste you've been looking for. Where are we?
Hey guys. Need a smile? Call Domino's.
Yes!
A Domino's pizza does the trick. Thin crust, hand-tossed, or deep dish. Made with all your favorite toppings. But we deliver more than great pizza. At Domino's, we're delivering 1 million smiles a day.
Welcome back to Pittsburgh. I'm Jim Gray. Well, last week Terrell Davis wore a flak jacket to protect his bruised ribs. He had a cartilage problem with him. He said after the game he had 2 fumbles and the flak jacket helped cause him because he couldn't get a good feel of the ball. All week long he said he wasn't going to wear a flak jacket. Well, I spoke to Terrell Davis. He is going to wear a much smaller flak jacket today. I asked him why. He said he feels that he has to. It's just a precaution. He says it is a bit annoying and he hopes it won't bother him as much as last week. With the Steelers all day today is John Dockery. Doc?
Thank you, Jim. And the Steelers are deadly serious. Bill Cowher saying we will be physical, very physical. We will hit the wide receivers, the return men, and the running backs. And we'd like to remind Terrell Davis that he does indeed have bruised ribs. They are not aware, Jim, that he will be wearing a flak jacket. Cowher said one other thing. We'd like to keep it close in the 4th quarter, and we'll find a way to win. And they've done that, Dick Edinburgh, 5 times this year. Back to you, Dick.
All right, Doc, 3 of those in overtime. The Broncos will get the ball first, winning the toss. Defend the goal to our left. Vaughn Hebron is deep as veteran Norm Johnson tees it up. And what a moment this is, just before 60 minutes that will decide the Super Bowl. This crowd with its terrible towels, ready to cheer Bill Cowher, hoping for another Super Bowl chance. Repeating the glory years of the 70s in this city when Pittsburgh won 4 Super Bowl titles. We're underway. Hebron at the 8. 30 and out to the 32, 33-yard line. And that's where John Elway will start on offense. Elway 3-1 in AFC Championship games, but a loser all 3 times in the Super Bowl. Here's his offensive line that features a Pro Bowl center in Tom Nalen, the only man under 30 in that light offensive line. In the backfield with him, Terrell Davis, number 2 in the league. Severi Sanders in rushing, Griffith the blocker, Smith, McCaffrey the wide receivers, Shannon Sharp the leading receiver on the season with 72. Elway batted down at the line of scrimmage. May have been Nolan Harrison, the former Oakland Raider.
Nolan Harrison, number 74. Watch, he just times it perfectly. He sees Elway. He knows he can't get to him, Dick, so what you do is put your hand up.
Great free agent pickup by the Steelers, grabbing Nolan Harrison, who's developed as a real defensive charge for these Steelers. Many of the fans yet to take their seat on their feet. 2nd and 10. Elway guns the ball. Intercepted by Levon Kirkland. Turnover on the 2nd play of the game. Kirkland, who had 2 interceptions in the regular season.
The Steeler defense, what they said, they're going to double team Shannon Sharp, Levon Kirkland on the inside, Chad Scott on the outside. Denver coming out aggressive, throwing the football. John Elway taking a chance, trying to complete a pass into tight coverage. Levon Kirkland, he's big, he's fast, and he's got good hands.
Oh, the Steelers with the first break in the game, and it comes early at the Denver 43-yard line. Young Cordell Stewart, his first year full-time quarterback slash. He doesn't mind being called that now. Sends the tight end Bruner in motion. Comes out throwing. Good protection. Down the middle, incomplete. Bruner, who caught only 18 passes all year. Rarely go to the tight end, this Pittsburgh offense, but on the first play they do, 16 yards.
You know, we talked to Tyrone Braxton yesterday, and we said, you know, this guy doesn't catch the ball very much. Do you forget about him? He said, we might have that tendency to forget about him, but we hope we don't.
Mark Bruner should be open down the middle some today because Denver's defense wants to take the wide receivers away from that offense with Pittsburgh because that's where they got hurt the last time they played 5 weeks ago.
Charles Johnson, the wide receiver, in motion, and the toss to Bettis. The bus is first carry, and he's inside the 25, a gain of 4. Ray Crockett at the left corner made the tackle, introduced the offense for the Steelers. 12-4 in the regular season with Jackson, Wolford, the game's best center, many believed, Armani Dawson, Stye, and Strelzik. In the backfield with Stewart, Bettis, and the blockers Tim Lester, Yancey, Thigpen, a terrific year again for Pittsburgh. Charles Johnson, the other wideout, and you've already met Mark Bruner. 2nd and 6. Shannon Sharp, first 2 passes from Elway were aimed at his tight end. Second was picked off. They bring up 8, and Bettis hit at the line of scrimmage, still barrels forward to the 20-yard line, where it will be 3rd down and a short 3. Here's the defense in white for the Broncos. Neil Smith, the former Chief, he goes to the Pro Bowl. Keith Traylor's had an outstanding year. Donavasa returns from injury, and Alfred Williams the other end. Mobley, Aldridge, Romanowski the backers. Crockett and Gordon. Gordon had a terrible day 5 weeks ago. They gave up 3 touchdowns to Thigpen, and Braxton and Atwater the safeties. Fred McAfee into the lineup. No one in the backfield. Cordell Stewart backs up into the shotgun. Of course, a danger to throw or run. He fires incomplete. Courtney Hawkins, number 88, was the closest receiver. So on comes the field goal unit after the interception by Kirkland. The drive stalls inside the Denver 20.
That time, the Steelers, 5 wide receivers spread it out. Denver's defense took something out of the page of New England's defense last week. 3 down linemen, extra defensive backs. Want to force Cordell Stewart to throw the ball outside if they can.
Veteran Norm Johnson from 38 yards. Missed only 3 all season. And this one hooking, no good, wide to the left. And so the early opportunity for the Pittsburgh Steelers goes awry. 38-yard miss.
In any game, you cannot afford to do this. When you're getting scoring range, you've got to be able to score. This is all on the kicker. He just hooks it left.
No score early in the AFC Championship.
I've noticed something. There are more and more things to do these days.
So how's my afternoon look?
And less time to do them.
Just overnight it.
Where did all this free time go?
Into a computer, probably.
You want a Chevy Cavalier. It can go up to 100,000 miles before its first scheduled tune-up. So you have more time for everything else in your life. Get the car that's easy to own. A Cavalier. And if you have any of that free time...
Send it to me.
Genuine Chevrolet. Cars more Americans trust.
Louis, I'm hearing rumors.
Huh?
People think you're going to bump off the Frogs.
Oh, Frank, I would never do something like that.
No?
No. Especially not in front of 100 million viewers nationwide. Just after kickoff of the highest-rated sporting event of the year?
Good.
No, sir.
Been to some nice places.
Yes, I have. Singapore is terrific. That's Prime Minister something. See that?
Scary.
Fatima, big star. 52 countries in 2 years.
This new software I've installed, it's gonna save your life. It's called Lotus Notes. Lets you collaborate on projects all over the world. You never have to leave the office. It's gonna be great to have you around.
Frogs, I just want to say I hope you enjoyed a big game.
No, that was a nice gesture.
Just make sure you enjoy the first half. Because you may not be around for the second.
Now, why would you say something like that?
I'm kidding.
You're not kidding.
I have a very dry sense of humor.
The NFL on NBC is brought to you by Brewery Fresh Budweiser, who reminds you, fresh beer tastes better. By IBM, solutions for a small planet. By Genuine Chevrolet, the cars more Americans trust. And by Dr. Pepper and your local Dr. Pepper bottler. Dr. Pepper, this is the taste.
Welcome back. The Steelers unable to convert the 38-yard field goal. Elway in Denver takes over at the 28. Terrell Davis yet to carry. Here's his first. Off the left side and finds an opening. He's in the clear at the 45. He's at the 40 and is caught from behind and pulled out of bounds inside the Steeler 30-yard line by Carnell Lake and Darren Perry. An explosive run from Terrell Davis.
Well, the one thing Jim Haslett, the defensive coordinator for the Steelers, did not want. He says last game we were disciplined. We played good defense. Everybody stayed in their gaps. We did not give up the big running plays for Terrell Davis. This one, it's simple blocking. Take the guy in front of you.
I'll tell you, Schlereth just knocked down Kirkland. I mean, put him flat on his back and opened the hole for Terrell Davis.
43 yards for Davis. His longest run in the first game was 7 yards. Again, Davis tries the middle of the Steeler defense and earns 2 or 3 hard-earned yards. Yeah, we had so much action early, unable to introduce the Steeler defense, so now's the time. Harrison, Steed on the nose, goes to the Pro Bowl. Kevin Henry, he had his moment at New England. Gilden, Kirkland, Holmes, and Dante Jones for Greg Lloyd. Chad Scott, the rookie, at one corner. Carlisle Lake, the all-pro at the other. Perry and Bell. Myron Bell will be hawking Shannon Sharp. And there's Lloyd, tenacious defender and spirited leader. Been out with a staph infection. And second down, Elway. Into the flat to Davis. Hit immediately at the 25-yard line. A gain of only 2.
All right, let's talk about the game plan for Denver. Offensively, Denver, catch the football. They're going to get players open, Phil, but they must protect John Elway. And the other thing is be more patient with the running game.
So that's right, Paul. And in the Pittsburgh defense, something they did last time these two teams played 5 weeks ago, they didn't give up big plays. Don't do that today. They think if they can make you drive down the field with their speed and athletic ability on defense, somebody somewhere in all those plays will stop the drive.
Third down, a short 6. Sharp in motion. The throw complete to McCaffrey, and McCaffrey, the sure-handed wide receiver, has a first down at the 13. 11 on the play.
You know, at the beginning of the show, you said something about McCaffrey will go across the middle and catch the ball. Will he ever?
Well, that's what he'll do. He's 6'5". He's a good target, not afraid to reach up and catch it. And John Elway, he likes Ed McCaffrey was in there because he looks over the middle, takes advantage of his height, and anytime a defensive team blitzes, it leaves it open for Ed McCaffrey.
An all Stanford combination. Elway to McCaffrey. First down. McCaffrey in motion. Davis again trying that left side and has some room inside the 10-yard line.
Nick, what they're doing on that left-hand side now, they may go back and do it the right too, but on the left-hand side, what they're doing is they're caving everything into the inside. And if you just look at it, watch the offensive line. They'll bring everybody down. Look at this.
Tony Jones and the other tackles, the right side pulls around and tries to lead Terrell Davis, Paul.
What I'm saying is the left side of that line just sealed everything in, and you got people blocking in front.
6 yards for Davis, and they don't allow many rushing touchdowns here at Three Rivers. One in all those quarters over 70. That was by Davis, who gets the toss. He's at the 5. He is in the end zone. The Broncos score first.
Boy, they get quiet in here.
A mile-high salute. Terrell Davis produces quite a drive of his own. He had only 31 yards the first half last week at Kansas City. He has 59 yards today in the opening quarter.
Well, this is Denver's favorite running play. They toss the ball to Terrell Davis. You think it's going outside, but almost every single time, as soon as he sees daylight inside, he cuts it back up in there to get positive yards.
Jason Elam adds the extra point. It is 7-0 Broncos as they go 72 yards in 6 plays. The capper 8 yards from Terrell Davis, who scored 15 rushing touchdowns in the regular season.
Dr. Pepper presents the lighter side of the game.
You better know what shoes you got, and you better know if they work. I ain't trying to tie my sneakers. What if happened to Velcro? I can't like those shoes. They knock your shoe off. He's running with a floppy sock.
I changed all my socks. I don't like them gloves.
You ain't playing till you get some shoes on that work.
We come here on a glorious quest, a search for that which can be found nowhere else. Where, in the trenches where mighty men clash, amidst the echoes of glory's past, high atop Olympus? No, this is our quest. This is what football is all about. Now all I gotta do is find that nacho guy.
I know a place.
It's a great tradition, the family reunion. And if your family lives in another state, so what? We're Americans. We pioneered, we frontiered, so go see your kin. Bring them a ham, and do it in a car so carefully crafted it's moved for life. Goes up to 100,000 miles before its first scheduled tune-up, and the only complaint you'll have is that it didn't come out sooner. The car you knew America could build. The Chevy Malibu.
I'll take you there.
Time flies, you know. Every week a game, and boom, playoffs. 2 teams play a game. 1 game you out. You wait till next year. So who do you think gonna get it this year? That wonderful trophy?
Less than 6 minutes gone, and the native of San Diego, Terrell Davis, has given the Broncos a 7-0 lead as these two teams hope to make plans for visiting that great city in Southern California for the Super Bowl 2 weeks from today. Elam with Blackwell and Coleman, the former Charger, deep. It's Blackwell, who played at San Diego State. He finds a crease, and he's out to the 35-yard line. Tackled by Keith Burns. Let's go back to the Denver score.
If you're playing linebacker, you see the ball tossed to the outside. Watch the linebackers for the Steelers overcommit. They see the pitch. They go running to the outside to make the play. Terrell Davis cuts it back on them. They run too far. That's why the hole is inside.
All right, Shannon Sharp gave up an interception. Watch Shannon Sharp on Jason Gilden, number 92. Look at this block. That's why Terrell Davis cuts back inside. He sees the block of 84, Shannon Sharp.
Out trailing 7-0. It's Cordell Stewart and the Steelers going to work. Jerome Bettis, former Notre Dame star, plows for 3, maybe 4 before Alfred Williams, and Tanubasa can make the tackle.
Denver Broncos, they were burned last time when these two teams played because they were all very aggressive. Watch this as the guy comes in motion. Watch the defense. Everybody coming up to the line of scrimmage. 10 people up near there to stop the running game by the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Bettis now 3 carries, 10 yards. The defensive coordinator Greg Robinson of the Broncos are trying to stop Bettis first. They'll isolate those corners one-on-one as they did in the regular season game. Bettis with a bigger hole this time to the 42. It'll be 3rd down and 3. John Mobley, the second-year backer from Kutztown State here in Pennsylvania, made the tackle. And there's the bus, Jerome Bettis. And in the game, week 15, won by the Steelers, he averaged 5.2, 125 yards after he was hit. He picked up 82 yards. That testimony to the power of this 250-pound runner who's out now. And again, Cordell Stewart with 5 wides, Fred McAfee being one of them, and no one in the backfield. 3rd and 3. Quick throw, complete, 1st down, and what a hit Darius Johnson puts on the receiver Courtney Hawkins.
Well, we know that, and both of these coaches told us they're going to have to deliver blows on defense. It has got to be an aggressive, hard-fought football game. And you watch this play by Darius Johnson. Watch this hit. Hawkins disappears. I mean, that's what they're looking for.
3 down linemen by the Denver Broncos. You can hear the hit. More speed, though, in the secondary. An extra defensive back so they can run and go to the ball when it's thrown and make those big hits.
Another 3rd down pickup by Stewart with a pass at the 47, 1st down. Plenty of time. He throws long to the sidelines. Yancey Thigpen juggling, incomplete. He didn't do that in the game 5 weeks ago. He caught everything in his zone.
Well, it's a play-action fake. Cordell Stewart rolls to his right, gets that extra time to throw the ball. The reason why, they want to give Yancey Thigpen a chance for the double move. I think this is the best route he runs. They call it a Q route. He's going to the sideline, single covered, wide open, drops the pass.
You know what he said to us yesterday? When that ball's in the air, it's mine. I own it. And that's really rare to see him drop the football.
Working against Ray Crockett on that occasion, not Darian Gordon. On 2nd and 10. Down the middle. And open again is Thigpen, and he has the 1st down.
Well, when you can run the football so well, you put people near the line of scrimmage. That means your wide receivers have single coverage. Ray Crockett on Yancey Thigpen. Perfect throw by Cordell Stewart. It's over the middle. He keeps it low, so the free safety for the Broncos can't come up and make a big hit on Yancey Thigpen.
Thigpen from Pine Tops, North Carolina, and Winston-Salem State. Leading the team in catches with 79, wearing John Stallworth's number 82. Stewart to run. Cordell Stewart is open. Stewart, touchdown! rushed during the regular season for 11 touchdowns, one shy of the NFL record by a quarterback, and he gallops 33 to make the home folks happy with that one. Johnson, who missed a makeable field goal for the extra point, and the game is tied.
Well, I had a chance to watch this play in practice yesterday. They fake the screen to the left. What it is, it's a sweep right with the quarterback after you fake the screen to the left. Good blocking by Dermontti Dawson out in front. Cordell Stewart, the fastest quarterback in the National Football League, makes it happen.
Somewhere, some poor slob's punching a time clock. He don't know what he's missing.
Come on, get up, son. We gotta go.
Meet Dan Wolf, champion bull rider. This is what he does. This is what he drives. Pretty nice life. Chevy S10, like a rock.
I mean, it's not like I asked to be famous.
Yeah, well, it's the price you pay.
You sign a lot of autographs?
Oh, yeah, you?
Some. They ask me to bend stuff a lot.
I could see that. What?
It's Lois. She's in trouble.
Did you look through that building?
Well, kind of. It's glass.
Watch it.
Whoa.
Idiot.
Lois!
Superman, I've forgotten my wallet.
I can't carry money in this. I'm powerless.
I'm not.
What's with the spinning?
He idolizes me. It's embarrassing.
My hero.
What's that? It's a huge comet hurtling perilously towards Earth. We're doomed!
I think you better get this one. You can do more with the American Express card.
Wait, could you? It's for my kid.
40 years of Motown, The Temptations, The Four Tops, Smokey Robinson, Boys to Men, and more. The Royal Caribbean Super Bowl halftime show, January 25th.
The Steelers have answered the Denver touchdown, going 65 yards in 6 plays, with Cordell Stewart, a 33-yard romp to tie it at 7. What a confident young man you could call him cocky, you could call him confident, but whatever he produces has throughout his entire life, no matter when he's played as a junior high school right through to now, his team goes to the playoffs. And Van Hebron stacked up at the 20-yard line. We go back to the touchdown and 2 sensational blocks.
There really is. Number 73, Justin Strelzak, is the right tackle. He's going to pull out along with 63, Dermontti Dawson, the center. Now, Justin Strelzak is going to be out on Romanowski right here. Here's the block that opens it up. Now, watch 63. This is all yours, Phil.
Well, Tyrone Braxton does the right thing. He gives his body up. There's just nobody there to help him out after he gets run over by Dermontti Dawson.
What do you call that?
And the Steelers sideline, they got to be happy. The thing they do best, better I think than any offense in the league does, and Bill Cowher's family very excited about the results. They have about 5 special plays every single game. We just saw one of them.
First down and stacked up as Davis for no gain at the 20-yard line. Earl Holmes led the charge.
How many times did we hear this yesterday on both sides of both teams, Denver and Pittsburgh, a hat on a hat? I mean, that's an expression everybody uses, but a hat on a hat, when you're seeing some of the blocks and some of the hits today, you're talking about hats now.
Well, when Chad Brown left the Steelers after last season to go to Seattle, Earl Holmes from Florida A&M replaced him and has been a solid player. The Steelers have been remarkable at filling the void of players that have gone to the free agency market. 2nd and 10, Davis again, that left side, only 2. This time, Levon Kirkland, the good Reverend Doctor, with a tackle.
Levon Kirkland, a true middle linebacker. He's big and he's very fast. He reads and reacts. Gary Zimmerman tried to go down low and cut him. He gets past that and gets up and makes the tackle.
Biggest starting linebacker in the league and a leader in tackles per game. He weighs 275.
And the one thing he really does, like now, Dick, on 3rd down, he stays in. This is something he didn't do in the past.
Timeout, Elway. 2:43 left in the opening quarter. The AFC Championship game is tied at 7.
Hey, kid.
Yeah?
Get the Super Bowl stuff to San Diego on time. And don't mess it up.
I'm on top of it.
I'm on the top of the world, looking down on creation and the
Oh, my God!
Need official Super Bowl merchandise? Go to superbowl.com.
No.
An IBM e-business.
In a perfect world, your cooking would taste more like your mom's.
Woohoo!
In the real world, Diet Dr. Pepper does taste more like regular Dr. Pepper. It's the taste you've been looking for.
We just want the money!
In one split second, you're in over your head. January 16th, Morgan Freeman, Christian Slater, Hard Rain, rated R.
Recently, we heard about this one Saturn owner who was taking a trip cross-country.
Welcome to Saturn.
I think I hit a rock.
Everything checked out with the car.
Really? That's weird.
And every couple hundred miles or so, he'd stop in with a little problem.
Could have been a cactus. It was rolling. It may have been a prairie dog.
Only he didn't realize all of our service facilities are linked up to a nationwide network of computers that provide us with important information about each and every Saturn. And in some cases, their owners.
Aerial view of Three Rivers, courtesy of the Goodyear blimp Spirit of Akron, based in Akron, Ohio. Goodyear recently doubled its blimp fleet to 6, adding 2 airships in Europe and 1 in South America. 7-7 here in Pittsburgh. The countdown to Super Bowl 32 is underway. You can follow all the action at superbowl.com. NBC, the NFL, and IBM bring you daily updates as the teams make their way to San Diego. Enjoy the Super Bowl memories of the NFL on NBC. And you can also win a trip to San Diego, all at superbowl.com, powered by IBM. 3rd and 9 for Elway. Tipped at the line of scrimmage, incomplete, and the flag is down. Referee today, Ron Blum.
Offside, Pittsburgh.
So Elway and the Broncos will get another chance. 3rd down and about 3.5.
Well, sometimes you're on defense and you're trying to blitz, put pressure on the quarterback. You don't time it just perfectly.
Offside, 30 defense, lined up in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty, rookie 3rd down.
Chad Scott, the rookie cornerback.
He just lines up offsides, Chad.
Second tip pass. Elway today. Looked like Darren Perry might have gotten a piece of it. Or it slipped out of Elway's hands. 3rd down. Blitz. Elway able to shake free and run. The old man can still move, and he dives to a 1st down at the 35. And he needed that dive. Yardsticks were about the 31.5.
Shannon Sharp is in the backfield to protect John Elway. They notice they don't need him. He comes in motion, comes outside, but the Steelers, Chris Odom, number 24, comes on the blitz. Nobody there to pick him up. John Elway, I said earlier, I don't think he can run for those 1st downs anymore. Well, he can't. He just makes it look a lot harder.
He does. He's struggling. He's 37 years old. But the thing about Oldham, you have to, when you blitz like that from the outside, you have to be controlled. You got to be under control and get to the quarterback.
Elway and Stewart, 2 of the active quarterbacks. In fact, the 4 quarterbacks that remain can run. Shannon Sharp in traffic holds it in for a 1st down at the 50. His first catch worth 13 yards.
Shannon Sharp was lined up on the line of scrimmage next to the tackle. He splits out the last second. Why do they do that? To give him a little room. The one thing he does well, he's a big tight end. Give him some room. John Elway, Shannon Sharp uses his big body, able to catch the ball.
Led the team with 72 catches, but only 1 against Pittsburgh, and he had 3 critical drops in that loss. 7-7. 1st down at the 50. Elway's plenty of time. Open man over the middle is Rod Smith. He has his first catch. And Smith, who had 2 touchdown receptions against the Steelers earlier, first down at the 32.
The Steelers come on a blitz. Look at the line of scrimmage. People coming. Look at the protection. John Elway. Plenty of time. Nobody in front of him. This enables him to look down the field. Find Rod Smith wide open across the field.
2.7 seconds. What is good for the quarterback?
Well, 2.7 is pretty good on a drop like that. But the big thing there was, Dick, it probably takes somewhere around 3. But nobody got close to it. Enabled him to look down the field and see the receiver.
Terrell Davis smashed at the line of scrimmage. Joel Steed got his 310 pounds in there. They're saying fumble the Steelers, but no word yet officially. And I believe they're ruling whistle had blown the play dead. No, Steelers recover. No signal till then.
There is a reason why Joel Steed, number 93, is going to the Pro Bowl, and everyone on this team is very happy for it. And Bill Cowher said we were going to have to stick some people. Take a look at this run. Here comes Terrell Davis, and Joel Steed meets him head-to-head. The ball is out. It's an excellent call by the officials. That is a fumble.
And Bill Cowher, the spirited 40-year-old head coach of the Steelers, the emotional sidelines presence.
Well, it doesn't take a lot to get him fired up. So fumble, you know, he's going to go crazy over something like that.
He was fired up at breakfast yesterday. Stewart. Long throw downfield for Thigpen, almost intercepted by Tyrone Braxton.
You know, Dick, this play right here is a classic example of what Bill Cowher told us yesterday. There are 3 things that can happen when you throw the ball up in the air. 1, it could be just dropped, incomplete pass. 2, it can be intercepted. Or 3,
pass interference.
Pass interference. And Nancy Thigpen that time just went after the ball.
Well, the Denver Broncos in the perfect coverage. Not a smart throw by Cordell Stewart. Very lucky. It looked like Tyrone Braxton just mistimed his jump, and the sun was a factor too why he didn't intercept the pass.
Tim Luster, the blocker in motion with Bettis behind Stewart. Stewart, the quick throw. Incomplete to tight end Bruner. He was open. A little too tall. So Cordell Stewart now 3 for 7. Passing 41 yards, but the big play, the 33-yard run for touchdown by Cordell.
I mean, they're doing very well, but the thing that's so surprising to me is Jerome Bettis is in that backfield, and he's the 3rd leading rusher in the National Football League. Had 120-some yards the game before, and I know they're going to get. They're patient. They're going to get
to him.
I know they're going to get to him.
They're trying to take advantage of the defense right now. If you've noticed, when Pittsburgh's throwing the ball, there's been some wide open receivers down the field. They're going to make them change defenses before they start running Jerome.
Denver with the best 3rd down defense in the league. 3rd and 10 shotgun Cordell. The throw downfield. First down at the 49 by Yancey Thigpen. Atwater made the hit. 18 on the play.
Dick, anytime there's a blitz, you get time to throw it down the field. Look, 2 people coming from the backside. Watch Pittsburgh's offensive line in the backs. Excellent job of picking it up. Gives Cordell time to throw it down the field. He anticipates the throw. He throws it nice and soft to that open spot in the middle. Yancey Thigpen, he knows he's going to take a big hit because the ball's hanging in the air. Catches it with his body with both hands.
And credit Brendan Stye, 68, with a block that freed Stewart for the throw. Bettis hit in the backfield, no gain. Bill Romanowski, the veteran linebacker from Boston College, made the stop. William Laird Cowher, his middle name from his father, Laird, and there he is. Recognize that chin and jaw?
I wonder where he got the chin.
He said he's going to take on Jay Leno sometime.
You know, it was really funny. So when his father, when he did something was wrong and he knew he was going to get punished for it, he said, you asked him, did your father stick his chin out? He said, I never looked at him.
Yeah.
He said, I don't know. I can't tell you that.
Credits his dad for saying, if you're going to try something, you never quit. Stewart rolling right, then back left. Now forced to throw, and it's almost intercepted by Atwater. Flag is down in the Denver secondary.
Could be on Ray Crockett. What happens is the receiver changed his route, moved a different way, caught him by surprise, and he reached out.
Alfred Williams, the man pressuring Cordell Stewart. Illegal chuck against the Broncos. That'll carry a first down for Pittsburgh.
Illegal contact. Number 39 defense, 5 yards, first down.
The pass coverage was perfect. Nobody's open down the field. The Steelers not fooled by the play-action pass. Ray Crockett in good position. Just puts his hands up on the receiver way too long. Yancey Thigpen, the throw is behind. He makes the adjustment to go back for it, but the penalty occurred before that.
You know, I don't like that play because the offensive man is going into the defensive man, and he's got to get on him. The only problem he has, he puts his hands on him, and that's what costs it.
First down at the Denver 45. Rumbling to the 31. Tyrone Braxton made the tackle. 14 yards, Bettis' longest run.
Well, Denver has the perfect defense to stop this run. The problem is you got to tackle the big man. Darian Gordon, number 23, at the end of the line of scrimmage, unblocked, but that's just not a good matchup.
Yeah, but I'm going to tell you what he's trying to do. Gordon is Charles Johnson's going to get a block here on Atwater, but look at Gordon. What he tries to do is block him down. You can't block him down. You got to get your arms around him.
First down, 7-7 tie, final seconds, opening quarter. Toss to Bettis. And the big man gets about 5 yards before Alan Aldridge, the middle linebacker, can make the tackle, and that's the end of a very entertaining opening quarter here in Pittsburgh, the AFC Championship game. The Broncos scored first, the Steelers have answered, Pittsburgh is driving for more.
Never felt like this until I kissed you, I kissed you, I kissed you, I kissed you. How did I exist until I kissed you, kissed you, kissed you. Never had you on my
When you find the one that's unlike any other, that's when it's love. That's when it's Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper, this is the taste. Dr. Pepper, this is the taste. I kissed you.
I can be a hero. I can be a role model.
I can do my homework every day. I can do whatever I want to do, no matter what other people say.
Well, I can be anything I want to be, except an engineer.
I can be on the honor roll.
I can dunk on somebody and just scream at them.
I can be the next Jerry Rice. I can be a great basketball player. I can be whatever I want to be.
I'm all right. I could do this. I could do this.
Now you can save $100 on professional installation and get $50 of programming certificates. So what are you waiting for? Go to your retailer today.
Back in Pittsburgh, and a reminder, an NBA doubleheader next Sunday at 12 o'clock. Larry Bird goes back to Boston to take his Pacer team against the Celtics, and then Charles Barkley and the Rockets go to Chicago. Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen, then the world champion Bulls, going for 6 titles, all next Sunday, starting at noon Eastern on NBC.
Well, Michael Jordan's got his partner back, Scottie Pippen, so, you know, they're going to be tough. Got a chance to watch him last night. 14 points Scottie Pippen scored, and you know, you got to have your partner, and just think what it would be like if you didn't have Paul up here with you. You'd be lost. You'd be lost.
The Pathfinder, Paul McGuire. First down for second down and 6 for the Steelers as we go to the first play of the second quarter, and Stewart batted around incomplete. Tyrone Braxton had the best shot at the ball. Yancey Thigpen complains that he was a bit overcrowded.
Neil Smith did not take the fake to the other side. Neil Smith coming upfield, defensive end. Look at Justin Strauss, pushes him to the inside. Now he reads Cordell Stewart, gets there, a little late, but gets there.
And good, he did not go for the fake, and Cordell Stewart twice now thrown into double coverage. Lucky both times the ball was not intercepted.
It was a nice play, though, by Tyrone Braxton. He tried to knock the ball back to Ray Crockett.
Third down and 6. The shotgun. Little flanker screen to Courtney Hawkins, who battles for a first down to the 20-yard line. Needed 6, they got 7.
The Pittsburgh Steelers on third downs do more little look, and I don't want to call them trick plays, different plays. Courtney Hawkins coming in motion, number 88. Fakes going down the field, comes up. Good block outside by Will Wolford, springs him down the field. Then he runs tough to pick up the first down.
The amazing part about this whole thing is the offensive line, how they got in position to make all the blocks they had to make, because there were linemen downfield. They were not receivers.
Hawkins, like his cousin Andre Rison, went to Michigan State. First down to the 20. Bettis. Start 5, 6, 7 yards on the play. Atwater, the tackler. They can't stop me, says Jerome. 39 yards today in this opening half.
Well, Tim Lester, number 34, and Jerome Bettis, you always see these two together. Watch 34. He goes inside. He's just trying to get a block. He's just trying to seal it so that Bettis can get outside. He just follows him wherever he goes.
That's right. Well, all the time, not just on the football field. Yesterday, they walk around like they're united at the hip. Tim Lester, he's the lead blocker. Love Jerome Bettis.
We're together with the Rams. Cordell Stewart, incomplete. And a flag is down, roughing the passer, Alfred Williams.
I'll tell you, you really do. You see a rare miss block by Tim Lester on Alfred Williams. He misses Alfred Williams, and Alfred Williams gets a clean shot at Cordell. You're going to see number 34. He comes to the right of the screen, and he misses Alfred Williams, and then there's the penalty, just drilling him into the ground.
Writing him down, I think, is where the flag finally was thrown. It wasn't the late hit. It was the fact that he
stayed on top, took him down to the ground, something you're not allowed to do, Dick. You're not allowed to take your body weight as a defender and push the quarterback down and fall on him in that fashion. That could be one of the reasons why they called it.
First and goal, just inside the 7. Tied at 7. Bettis hitting the backfield, breaks loose. Drives to the 1. They had him for a loss. Neil Smith saved the touchdown.
When you talk about just making plays, you can't always block them. They can't be designed perfectly. This time, Jerome Bettis running to his left. Look at the penetration up the field. Alfred Williams misses him. Tyrone Braxton tries to force it back inside, but he's such a big running back with good feet. Hard to bring him down.
He really is. And Tyrone Braxton really did a great job by just forcing Bettis back inside to where all the white shirts were.
Bettis, who was the 3rd leading rusher in the league, scored 7 rushing touchdowns. Second and goal. Bettis. Touchdown, Steelers. The drive that started when Darren Perry and Joel Steed forced the fumble of Terrell Davis at the Pittsburgh 32. And they go 68 yards and 11 plays with Bettis, the capper, from 1 yard out. Norm Johnson's try for point, and the Steelers lead it 14-7. Jerome Bettis, acquired 2 years ago from the Rams in a trade, and what a player he is. He's the Pittsburgh hero. The bus has scored. It's 14-7.
Good morning. I'd like to cash in my miles for 1 ticket to Paris, France.
I'm sorry, sir. Your miles have expired.
I've been charging on my Visa card for years to earn this trip, and now I'm gonna have to pay for the ticket. It happens. Paris.
Visa says you're over your limit.
Visa, it's everywhere you want to be. Oh, Paris, if I told you what I've been through. I need a doctor. Je suis un espion.
Espion?
Espion! Espion! But Visa, can you at least help me find the doctor? How about a lawyer?
Visa says they're everywhere, but American Express helps you with just about everything. So you can always do more.
I do not get French fashion.
How long does it take to turn the new Dodge Durango from the sport utility with the most passenger room in its class into the one with the most cargo room. Not long enough. Durango, new ground for the new Dodge.
The NFL on NBC is brought to you by the new Dodge. It's about change. By American Express. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, American Express helps you do more. By UPS, the official package delivery company of the NFL. And by Dr. Pepper and your local Dr. Pepper bottler. Dr. Pepper, this is the taste.
Bill Cowher, the chin. He was a special teams player in his years in the NFL. A man of limited talent, but great spirit and drive. Vaughn Hebron out to the 30-yard line as the Broncos now trail 14-7. We go to Jim Gray.
All right, Dick, during that timeout, Mike Shanahan waved for referee Ron Blum to come over. Shanahan very upset with the Alfred Williams roughing the passer with Cordell Stewart. He said, you can't make a call in a game like this, like that, Ron. You know much better than that. Let the players decide the game. Raise your level to the game that's going on out there. Dick?
All right, Blum
giving him
taking the scolding.
That'll put it there.
Yeah. Broncos with 2 turnovers. One denying them a score, and the Steelers then driving 68 yards for the go-ahead score themselves. Elway hits his man Rod Smith, who in turn is tackled by rookie Chad Scott, who is the #1 pick of the Steelers from the University of Maryland and is seeing more duty as the season progressed.
Phil, let's just go back to the touchdown, the Bettis touchdown, the 2 plays.
Yeah.
Nothing fancy. I mean, they just went down and gave it to the guy that can score.
Yeah, that's right. You know, you were talking about it earlier. The Pittsburgh Steelers offensive line and this Denver line, not big offensive lines when you look at them from around the league. But you know what they do? They move very well. They're athletic, and that's why their running games, I think, are so good and 2 of the best in the league. All the diversity they can use because of the runners on the offensive line.
Measure to see, and indeed Smith picking up the 10 yards for the first down.
And the other thing about this game, these 2 teams just played 5 weeks ago. A lot of times that makes you think, well, let's be a little more careful the second time around because this didn't work and that didn't work. Today, offensively and defensively, they're both trying everything.
Well,
they're not afraid.
We talked to both coaches too and asked them, Dick, was you doing anything different? They said, really, no. We're just, we know what we can do. We just got to go out and execute and do it.
Elway with a first down. He's 5 for 7, 54 yards in this opening half. Terrell Davis shoots through a hole and squeezes to the 46, a gain of 6. Terrell Davis. Now, what does the star running back, #2 in the league the last 2 years, to Barry Sanders, what does he do the night before a game?
Eats nails.
No.
Sleeps.
No.
What?
One more guess. No.
No, what's he do?
Doesn't do that either. He takes a bubble bath. What does any running back do?
Are you serious?
He says that a nice warm bath better than the shower really gets those muscles relaxed, gets them ready for the game.
Well, it's working.
2nd and 4. Hebron with Davis going out for a play is to the 48, short of the first down by 2. Terrell Davis, who's had his problems with asthma. We've seen that attack a year ago. It looks like he was poked in that right eye, playing with a bad shoulder. He was injured in San Francisco, missed some duty, and then the rib injury against Jacksonville. Migraine headaches last year. It took him out of a game in San Diego. He stays out, and Elway, against this crowd having to motion hand signals, shotgun 3rd and 2. The throw complete to Hebron, and Hebron, who was flanked out, has a first down at the Pittsburgh 43. Myron Bell the hit.
Well, this looks like an awful tough situation to put Vaughn Hebron in. You split him out as a wide receiver, then you make him go down the field, come underneath the coverage, and catch a tough ball up and away from him. But it's a pretty good throw by John Elway. That tells me Vaughn Hebron must be a good receiver.
And they got the matchup they wanted. Kirkland, 99, the big linebacker on the running back.
But Hebron didn't like that matchup. He's 5'8" and 192, and Kirkland's the biggest backer in the NFL. First down, Elway on his back foot, incomplete. He had to get rid of it, looking for Rod Smith. Carnell Lake covering.
You know, you've talked about so many times about pick up the blitz. I mean, Elway had time. This offensive line and backs picked up the blitz.
They do a terrific job. Levon Kirkland on the blitz. Elway must see him. He's picked up. He rushes the throw just a little bit, leaves the receiver too much.
Levon Kirkland has played as big as his stature today. Second down and 10. Elway gets away and throws incomplete. No flag. He had Hebron there. And Dante Jones could taste the sack.
Boy, you want to talk about experience as a quarterback and where it pays off in a game. John Elway, Dante Jones is going to really knock him. Nobody touches Jones, 54. Look at this. He comes in. Watch what Elway does. Not only gets rid of him, gets the ball out, and then throws it at a receiver.
Well,
save the sack.
It helps to have a lot of ability. That's where John Elway has it. You might fall. Terrific play on his part to keep it now 3rd and 10 instead of 3rd and 18.
Complete. A leaping catch by Rod Smith, who starred in the game against Pittsburgh 5 weeks ago. He had 70 catches as he emerged as a solid receiver out of Missouri Southern. 18 on the play.
Protection, protection. That's what starts it. Gives Rod Smith a chance to go deep down the field. John Elway throws it high to make sure the ball's not hit by underneath coverage. And Rod Smith, these receivers, they know it's going to be physical inside. They go up, catch it with their body when they can.
Did you see that shot, Dick, with Elway? All you see is Elway. You don't see any black shirts. The lane was open for him to throw.
3 catches for Smith. First down, trailing 14-7. Hebron with Terrell Davis still on the sidelines. Tripped up after a yard or two at the 25-yard line to give him a yard.
Well, Terrell Davis not being in there, you know that it has to change the play calls for the Denver Broncos. And the running game there, first down, you run the draw. You try to be deceptive with it instead of just lining up and running Terrell Davis at you.
Terrell Davis had only 75 yards, one of the rare times held under 100 all season long in that first game, and a big opening quarter, but now sideline, poked in the eye. 2nd and 10. Elway play action, steps up, throws to the end zone for Sharp, incomplete. Levon Kirkland, and look at the mobility of this big linebacker covering the tight end all the way to the end zone.
Well, the weaknesses of a defense when the safeties go outside and try to double cover the wide receivers is down the middle. Levon Kirkland, 99. When that happens, you have the tight end down the field by yourself. He's in better position to catch the ball than Shannon Sharp that time.
Well, you know what that is? When you watch Levon Kirkland take off, Dick, what he did is he takes the shortest distance. I mean, he really is a great defensive player because he gets himself in a position that he can't cover.
He knew the pass coverage. He knew that's where the weakness was. Paul, good point. He's looking for it down the middle.
So 3rd and 10. Elway throws it away. McCaffrey was the closest receiver. Elway ran out of time thanks to Kevin Henry and Jason Gilden applying the pressure.
Well, a good job by the offensive line. Let's look at how long John Elway has to throw. Good pocket, looks down the field, nobody open. Over almost 3.5 seconds, plenty of time. 2.7 to 3 is excellent. So good job by the offensive line of the Denver Broncos.
43-yard attempt by Jason Elam, who was 26 for 36 during the season. 53 is longest. He drives it. Good. And the Broncos settle for 3. It's 14 to 10. 8 minutes, 20 seconds remaining in the opening half here in Pittsburgh. The winner to the Super Bowl, the Steelers, a 4-point lead.
The new Dodge wanted to take the sport utility concept to a higher level. Enter the new Durango. Its best-in-class power, cargo space, and seating for up to 8 raise the bar considerably, as do its strongest-in-class frame and its stable, longer, wider stance. Dodge Durango, a higher form of sport utility, from top to bottom. Durango, new ground for the new Dodge.
How do you catch an evil? What goes around really goes around. That passes from person to person. Beware my wrath. High touch.
Put the gun down!
I'm a detective. My work is based upon evidence.
They can only survive in the bodies of others.
Have you done enough?
Denzel Washington, John Goodman, Donald Sutherland.
Leave my family alone.
Fallen.
But I'm still having fun.
Rated R. Starts Friday, January 16th.
Hey, guys.
Need a smile? Call Domino's.
Yes!
A Domino's pizza does the trick. Thin crust, hand-tossed, or deep dish. Made with all your favorite toppings. But we deliver more than great pizza. At Domino's, we're delivering 1 million smiles a day.
Dateline Sunday, a severe spinal injury left Reggie Brown close to death.
I'm definitely lucky to be alive.
An exclusive look at his inspirational recovery, Dateline Sunday.
Don't miss a very special Bob Hope Chrysler Classic. Coverage begins next Saturday at 3 Eastern. Thanks for the memories, Bob, from all of us at NBC.
In contrast to the AFC games last week, very defensive. Some wide open play today, and the Steelers lead 14-10. Kickoff from Elam with Will Blackwell and Andre Coleman deep. Blackwell who had a 97-yard kickoff return for touchdown against the Ravens. He's got it. And is tackled just across the 30-yard line. Let's go to Jim Gray.
All right, Dick. Well, Terrell Davis is being examined right now. He has a laceration over his right eye. As you can see right here, he was poked in the eye on this play. He's been over on the bench with Steve Antonopoulos. He's having a little bit of a vision problem. He got up, however, with Gary Kubiak and Alex Gibbs, who are coaches for the Broncos, so it looks as though he should be able to return to the game. Dick?
All right, thank you, Jim. The Steelers missed a field goal on their first possession and then have scored on their last two, so they have moved the ball effectively.
Well, Denver's got to find a way defensively to just slow this team down.
8 minutes, 11 seconds left in this opening half. Stewart. Screen. Complete to Bettis. Bettis tackled at the 33-yard line. A gain of 3. Romanowski, Aldridge, and Traylor in on the stop.
The Pittsburgh Steelers are trying everything to take advantage of a Denver defense that I would consider that likes to run and is fast. So they're faking, doing a lot of motion one way, throwing back and running away from the original way they start.
You're already using that talent of Stewart, always a threat to run, to roll, then stop, roll back the other way.
Hey,
a little half roll.
If he rolls left, I'd run left. I'd try.
Charles Johnson in motion. He's the man who blocked that water so well in game 1. Down the middle it goes to Thick Pen, and he can't hold on to this one. Leaped as high as he could at the 49-yard line of the Broncos. Atwater and Crockett had him sandwiched.
This is the classic example of Yancey Thigpen saying, whenever the ball's in the air, it's mine. Watch how he grabs this ball, and then he tries to bring it in. He's going up. It's mine. Now I can't bring it in. He brings it right down to the ground.
His idol as a kid was the Steeler great Lynn Swann, but he wears another Steeler great, 82, John Stallworth's number. And in fact, both of those men, Swann and Stallworth, are in the final 15 for the balloting for the Pro Football Hall of Fame. It will be announced just before the Super Bowl. Stewart blitz on, throws incomplete. Glenn Cadrez was the man blitzing. Courtney Hawkins defended by Steve Atwater.
Well, this is the first punt for Pittsburgh.
Down comes the somewhat maligned kicker, Josh Miller. Cowher has his own feelings. In fact, has said he has a love-hate relationship with this young man.
Yeah, he loves it when he kicks good, and he hates it when he kicks bad.
That works.
I like that.
He's had some really disappointing punts, to put it mildly, and then against New England came up with 2 big kicks late in the game. He's from Arizona. Is Darian Gordon, who returned 3 for touchdowns during the regular season. Hangs it high. Gordon fumbles the ball, and it's recovered, or is it? Yes, by Denver at the 25-yard line. Ray Crockett was the man on the spot for Denver.
This is what happens to you when you take your eye off the ball. You're looking to run. The ball hits him in the face. I mean, I'm sorry, he didn't take his eye off the ball. The ball hit him in the eye, so he wasn't looking at it.
Watch him, Paul. You can see just at the last second, he's trying to see the defenders coming down the field. Misses the ball.
Francesco Lafabula has just created the little black dress that will change everything. The magazines have created a frenzy, and you have sworn that your stores will be the first to carry it. Enter UPS. Customs gets cleared electronically. The global network kicks in. Also that at the same time, on the same day, the dresses arrive from Europe to each of your stores nationwide. Success is a beautiful thing.
Nice dress.
UPS, moving at the speed of business.
In a perfect world, golf balls would taste more like gumballs. In the real world, Diet Dr. Pepper does taste more like regular Dr. Pepper. It's the taste you've been looking for.
I killed Bumba. I cannot imagine a god who would care.
The cave is loose.
Desperate measures. Rated R. Opens everywhere January 30th.
The moral of the story? Get the world's fastest sport utility vehicle. Introducing the Grand Cherokee 5.9 Limited. Peterson's 4-wheel and off-road magazine's 4x4 of the year.
Rookie of the Year. 12 times an All-Star. 3 MVPs. 3 Celtics titles. Now, Larry Bird returns to Boston for the first time ever as coach of the Pacers to face the team he loved, the Celtics. Then, Jordan and the Bulls host Barkley and the Rockets. An NBA on NBC doubleheader next Sunday.
Back in Pittsburgh, where the Steelers lead at 14-10, midpoint second quarter. After the recovered fumble on the kick. It's stuffed in the backfield as Terrell Davis back in the lineup, and Myron Bell on a blitz runs right into the play.
Well, you got to time these blitzes perfectly for him to really work. In Myron Bell, he's watching John Elway. He times the snap count perfectly, comes between the gaps. Nobody can block him, makes the tackle in the backfield.
You know, people really don't realize how hard this is for a defensive back. When you're blitzing, you're thinking quarterback, and then all of a sudden you have to adjust your route when you see the ball being handed off by the runner. That is a great play by Bell.
Davis doesn't often get stuffed for a 4-yard loss. Second and 14, Elway. Pick up the blitz, and it blocked, and it may have almost intercepted as the ball again. Nolan Harrison has his second block of this first half and almost deflected it into the arms of his teammate.
You've got to realize how good a defensive play this is. This is the second time Nolan Harrison. Look at he's being double teamed, and he just sees it the last second. I got to get my hand up, and he does, knocks it down. Yeah, you're the man.
Harrison, who played at Indiana, was a 6th-round pick of the Raiders 6 years ago. 3rd and 14, and the crowd volume turned up for Elway. Elway, one for the last 6. Throws to the sideline, and a flag down. 2 of them down, and interference is going to be called against the Steelers. If the ball had been caught, it would not have been enough for a first down. So this is a big call, should it be interference against the Steelers.
Carnell Lake definitely had his hands on the receiver on the outside.
And there is another flag on the far side of the field, so this will have to be sorted out.
Offsetting.
You can see, read the lips of Blum, he said offsetting.
Illegal formation, 77 offense, was not lined up on the line of scrimmage. Pass interference, 27 defense. Those penalties offset. Repeat 3rd down.
Well, the Steelers dodged the bullet and the negating penalties.
You know, the last game when these guys played, you talk about 11 drops. Well, here is the pass interference penalty. I'll get back to this in a second.
Right hand goes around.
Well, that was really close. I mean,
Tony Jones, the right tackle. What happens? You got to have your foot. You can put that right foot back in the backfield, but that right tackle's got to be the belt of your center.
3rd and 14, and Elway can't get rid of it. The sack to Bell. Boo Bell, who grew up as a kid in Toledo, Ohio, with a dream that he would wear the black and gold of the Pittsburgh Steelers, had Pittsburgh drapes Steeler blankets, Steeler jerseys, and now plays into his dream.
Well, it's good timing by the Steelers again. Myron Bell from the outside. There's nobody there to block him. John Elway, he's looking down the field trying to pick up the first down. The Steelers just bring more people than the Denver Broncos have to block them.
Tom Rowan's first punt from his goal line. He takes the snap, drives a spiral into the sunlight to Blackwell inside the 40. Gets a couple of blocks. Has some room now. And finally chipped it from behind by Carlos Emmons at the 44-yard line. Make it John Mobley with the tackle. A flag is down. 48-yard punt, 19 on the return. Penalty against Denver. Face mask.
Well, that's decline.
Well, they'll just tack it on from the spot where the return man was tackled if it is a personal foul.
I don't want you coaching my team if you're going to decline it now, Paul.
Now, wait a minute now. Is this, you know, you're talking about if it's during, if it was before the play, then well, you're jumping on me. I mean, you turn
I'm not
on me.
jumping on
you get to
you.
the championship game and start turning on me, man.
No, you know me.
wait a minute.
Personal foul, 15-yard plate pass penalty, number 89 to the kicking team. That penalty is declined. First down, Pittsburgh.
Barr's right again. Is he ever wrong? I don't think so. We have a timeout. 5:32 left of the half.
The moral of the story? Get the world's fastest sport utility vehicle. Introducing the Grand Cherokee 5.9 Limited. Peterson's 4-wheel and off-road magazine's 4x4 of the year.
New file, begin dictation.
Who are you talking to?
My computer.
I do that too sometimes.
No, you don't understand. I got this new software. I talk, it types.
You talk, it types?
I talk, it types.
It's typing.
Because I'm talking.
What does it type?
Whatever I say.
So let me try.
No.
Why?
Because it's mine. Get your own.
Now when I talk, it types.
A snowflake falls at the far end of history. And that snowflake, we'll call him Steve, winds up as part of a droplet of water. And one day, that droplet, Steve's droplet, could wind up in a brewery where a man you'll never meet discovers the perfect temperature to frost-brew beer. And like that, Steve is in a Coors Light can, and then a tray, and a cup. And now, he's here with you. So I ask you, gentle stranger, do not spill Steve. Coors Light!
Sooner or later, it had to happen. Paul meets the guy who was Jamie's first, you know.
All right, hey, no staring.
It's Nathan Lane, and I think Paul's trying to kill him.
I don't care if this guy is cut up and buried in sections.
I'm busted out of here! Nathan Lane guest stars on an all-new Mad About You, NBC Tuesday.
Paul, you've always said getting the needle is part of the game.
Oh, yeah. Well, when he tried to take his shirt off and he has it sewed to his back.
He's probably tough enough to do it. That was moments ago.
I would think so.
Returned by Blackwell of 19 yards, and the Steelers with a 4-point lead. First down at the 44 of Denver. Flags are down. And incomplete the throw by Stewart to Thigpen.
Snap
like
count.
Mike Lodish kind of leaned forward.
Yep, the snap count by Cordell Stewart. Got the defensive lineman.
Well, Keith Traylor was telling us that Cordell Stewart does have a good hard count.
Offside, 97 defense. 5 yards, repeat first down.
You know, Dick, before we're trying to make a point. Well, we're going to listen to the snap count. That was just a regular old snap count.
Yeah, it was. He's just trying to be greedy, get there quick. It's not a John Elway snap count.
First and 5, and Bettis buries tacklers inside the 35, close to a first down. Alfred Williams on top of the ball carrier.
You know, I was trying to make a point before. I'm going to finish it. The Broncos in the last game, you know, 11 drop passes, Dick. and they found a way to lose that ball game. And in this ball game here, you look at it, trying to find a way to win. Well, they've already had an interception, they've had a fumble, and they almost fumbled the punt return. So they're going backwards again.
Well, the fumble punt return, that's their fault. The other two were created by the Pittsburgh Steelers. They were aggressive. That's the reason for the interception and the fumble.
Second and a short 2. Stewart looking for something big. Intercepted in the end zone by Steve Atwater. No, it was not Atwater, but Crockett. They both went up, and Crockett actually took it away from his teammate. But boy, did they have that covered, and you pointed it out, Phil. He's been flirting with trouble the whole half, throwing into double coverage.
The last time they scored on the touchdown drive, he threw twice into double coverage. This time, nobody open. Yancey Thigpen, he's kind of like the outlet receiver in case the defense really gambles. It takes too many chances. Steve Atwater goes up for the interception. Ray Crockett takes it away from him. But look at the coverage on Yancey Thigpen. Both defenders in position to make the interception. Bad decision by Cordell Stewart when you're in scoring territory too.
You know what's nice about Atwater, smart as he is, a veteran, gives the ball to Crockett. Didn't fight him, let him have it. You go ahead and take it.
Crockett, who's playing in his last year of the contract, had 4 interceptions in the regular season. That keeps the Broncos within 4 with 4 minutes and 40 seconds left in the half. Elway shoots it over the middle to Rod Smith. First down, 13 on the play.
Well, that was an audible by John Elway. Just in case his receivers couldn't hear him, he made a hand signal to tell him what to do. Good protection. Rod Smith, a lot of times you think deep when your defense is blitzing. Carnell Lake faked out. Rod Smith goes over the middle. There can't be anybody in the middle because they're blitzing. Watch John Elway. The crowd noise, it bothers him. So the receivers, they can't hear the audible. They see that signal. They know to change their routes.
Davis trying to thread his way, but just no opening. Earl Holmes made the stop after a yard gain. Rod Smith, who is leading all receivers in this first half for the Broncos with 4 catches. His nickname is Foots.
He's got 2 of them, 2 Foots.
Well, no, because, well, the fact that he wears a 13.5 for a wide receiver, that's good size Foots. And he delivered with the hands as well with 70 receptions this year. That'll get you some traction. Second and 9. Smith, Foots in motion. Elway. Chased by Kirkland, dumps it off to Griffith as fullback, and he has his first catch and a first down at the 45-yard line. Holmes made the tackle.
So many things to say. This Denver offensive line, when you blitz them or you try to put pressure on the quarterback, they're always in position to pick it up. And John Elway hasn't moved around a lot in the last 5 or 6 games for the Denver Broncos. That time, nobody opened down the field. He moves out. Good job by the offensive back getting out there and catching it.
Denver with the lightest offensive line, if you can call an average of 289 light, but in NFL terms, it is the smallest line in the league. But they're mobile. That's true of the Steelers as well. The throw downfield is Sharp, backpedaling with a catch and falling at the 35-yard line of Pittsburgh.
Oh, Dick, you know, Phil, you've been talking about this offensive line in the pickup. It's unbelievable.
It's a good job, Paul, picking up. And what happens when you pick it up? You give the receivers time to get down the field. It's a blitz by the Steelers. Shannon Sharp going down the seam. They're playing a little zone behind it. Look at that big open space. Elway anticipates, lead the receiver into it for the catch.
But the thing about it is, Elway, there wasn't a guy within 5 yards of Elway, and that was a blitz. And you give him that much time, he's going to make it work.
Sharp, who led all tight ends in the league with catches this year, brings these teams to the 2-minute warning.
AT&T, it's all within your reach, presents for diehards only.
It was a game that proved the experts wrong. A brash young quarterback named Joe Namath leads Weeb Eubanks Jets over Johnny Unitas and the heavily favored Colts in Super Bowl III. Namath predicted the Jets win, but can you tell us who predicted the return of bell bottoms? Fashion guru Francois Olivas.
2 hours? All right, we'll be waiting. What are you going to miss in school today?
Nothing. What are you gonna miss?
You want to see?
The weather outside is frightful. Daddy, you got email.
If I did, then I got to get some clothes out. You want to help me? Hey, you faxed it.
Place to go. Let it snow. We're still working. Come back later.
New PocketNet service, only from AT&T.
This year, the Old Farmer's Almanac predicts 50 inches of rain. Is your rent-a-car company ready for that?
Not exactly.
And 40 inches of sleet and snow. Are they ready for that?
Not exactly.
Starting January, Hertz introduces a more comfortable way to return your car. The new Hertz Return Center, where you're protected from the weather all the way to the terminal. Does your company do that?
Not exactly.
Welcome back. Looking down at Three Rivers, one of the world's most enduring corporate symbols. The Goodyear Blimps Spirit of Akron providing beautiful aerial shots today. For more information on the Goodyear Blimps, try its internet site at www.goodyear.com.
I flew that thing, you know.
Did you really?
A couple times.
Did you crash it? Did you pilot it or passenger?
No, I piloted. I was a pilot. I put my arm out when I took a left. Put my arm right out the window.
Did your weight bring it down? That's what I want to know.
We kept going nose down a lot.
2 minutes left in the half. Denver trails Pittsburgh 14-10. Broncos first down at the 37. Elway. Incomplete. Rod Smith in the area and a flag is down. Ed McCaffrey was the short man in the flat and Rod Smith downfield. It looks as if we've got either holding or interference against the Steelers.
Holding is 5 yards. Interference, that's down there. That's interference. That's big. That puts the ball about the 16-yard line. 15
Pass interference. 30 defense. First down, Denver.
Chad Scott.
That's right. I'm sorry. Did Chad Scott, a rookie? He knows he's always going to be tested deep because he's a rookie. He says they'll do this until I earn a reputation, but it's down the field. Put his hands on Rod Smith. Made him slip. The official standing right there sees that. That's why he throws the flag.
22-yard penalty. Ball at the 16. 1:54 left in the half. McCaffrey in motion. Elway to Howard Griffith, and the fullback is to the goal line. Touchdown. Howard Griffith, and how about this? Did not score a touchdown rushing or receiving all year. He's got one today in the playoffs.
I'd check those gloves. Boy, damn gloves on. He'd check those hands.
Look
what great
Elway.
hands.
John Elway very excited about the play because he knows it's not a good throw by him. He throws it behind the receiver, Howard Griffith, out in the flat. It's a blitz by the Steelers. Sticks that left hand out, brings it right in.
Griffith had never scored on a touchdown pass. That's the 41st receiver in Elway's history to score. As Elam adds the extra point, and Denver reclaims the lead at 17-14.
John Elway, he's still excited about this throw because he knows it's not good. When your receiver bails you out, not only does he catch it, but he scores.
John Elway in the closing minutes of the first half, 4 for 4, 15 on the touchdown to Howard Griffith for the lead.
Hello? Honey, I'm having the baby.
You can't have it now.
Can you come home?
I'm in the middle of nowhere.
It took weeks for news to reach its destination. Today, neither time nor distance can keep us from sharing our lives.
Breathe, honey. Hey, you get another contraction?
The music is counting.
5, 6, 7.
Philips introduces ISIS, the cellular phone that can let you talk up to 6 long hours.
I love you, honey. Honey?
ISIS from Philips.
Well, next weekend on NBC on Sunday, you have the NBA doubleheader and then the finals of the Bob Hope Chrysler Classic. It'll be Saturday at 3 and then after basketball on Sunday. Always a great golf event. Bob's friends from stage, screen, sports, and politics join the PGA Tour's best coming up Saturday on NBC.
A couple of football players, Emmitt Smith, Marcus Allen. I was going to play, Dick. I really was. But
you're not a player.
No, I am. But I had to cancel because I lost my one ball.
We're going to miss you. Elam sends Blackwell into the end zone, and the Steelers, who have all 3 timeouts remaining, will start at the 20. And recapping that go-ahead touchdown drive by the Broncos, it started after the interception in the end zone by Ray Crockett, and Elway needed only 5 plays to go the 80 yards for the touchdown in the lead.
And one other point about that catch by Howard Griffith out in the flat. I was telling Paul during the break, you know, as a quarterback, most of the time you throw those passes behind the back in the flat, they reach back with that left hand. Oh, and what do? They hit it up in the air, and it usually gets intercepted. Usually, only bad things can happen when you throw behind an offensive back in that situation.
And a rarely used receiver, Griffith makes a solid reception and the touchdown. Now Stewart and the Steelers go to work, and incomplete as Stewart really drilled by Tyrone Braxton. Came through the safety blitz.
I'm sorry about the sound effects, but I knew it. Cordell Stewart is exposed, and Tyrone Braxton just hits him right in the chest.
Well, two blitzers come from this side. They can pick up one. The second one, Tyrone Braxton comes through. Cordell lucky it's not intercepted. And you know what happens? You're not expecting a blitz in this situation if you're a quarterback or the offense. The Broncos catch them by surprise.
Stewart, who has been slow in the first half this year, but torrid in the second half, is now 6 for 15. Second and 10. Down the middle. Open is Charles Johnson. Breaks a tackle. A flag is down as Johnson is hit at the 38.
Justin Strelzik, Dick, just ripped down Neil Smith. I mean, just ripped him down. It was a takedown. Justin Strelzik said, "Well, I'm shaking that. Why you don't get me? I didn't do anything." He didn't, huh? I mean, this was followed all the way.
Holding 73 offense, 10 yards, repeat second down.
Strelzik, the bearded one from the University of Maine.
Well, this is really truly a takedown. Here it comes. Right arm. Let me pull you down here. Hello. Oops.
You want to know what this NFL life will do to a guy, a handsome guy like Strelzik?
Oh.
I mean, that's a rookie. He had some looks, didn't he?
He's from Buffalo, New York now. Be careful.
Ball back at the 10 and on the draw. McAfee to the 22-yard line. He's been used sparingly this year. That's only 13 carries on the regular season and 41 yards for the former Mississippi College star.
Well, Denver would like to stop him on his third down pass or run or whatever it is. With their timeouts, they should get good field position, have a chance to move down, and at least get a chance to kick a field goal.
Third down and 8. Season-long run for McAfee, 12 yards. The Broncos are showing a heavy blitz. Are they all coming? Yes, they are. And the throw into the flat incomplete to Hawkins as Stewart had no chance to find an open man.
Well, that's what happens. You get in third and long, Dick. You bring up all these guys on defense, and the Steelers have no chance of picking it up. They got to throw it quick. Randy Hill, your number 21, coming from the outside. Look, good job with the Steelers picking up most of them, but there's one free guy, makes him throw it before he wants.
So into punt formation goes Josh Miller. Last punt for 42, and Darian Gordon, who bobbled the last kick, is back at the Denver 37 with 55 seconds left, and the Broncos with 2 timeouts. Miller hits a good one, spirals it deep to the 25. Gordon 30, 35, 40 and 45. 20 on the return for the former Stanford star. 51-yard punt. The Broncos have a chance for more, leading 17-14. And a reminder, folks, tonight on Dateline.
It was a routine play in a big game as the nation watched. A freak spinal injury left Reggie Brown close to death.
I'm definitely lucky to be alive.
An exclusive interview and a look at his inspirational recovery tonight on Dateline.
Well, we were there in Detroit for that game, and many of us feared that Reggie Brown would not live. It was that serious.
When I saw him walk up that interview, I had tears in my eyes. I really did. Here he is. He stands up and walks up to the podium. That's incredible.
That was chilling. With 2 timeouts left, Elway throws it long. And Smith, and a flag down, and he was held by Carnell Lake, is going to be the call. At the 20-yard line.
Well, there's some contact with their hands down the field. But is it a penalty? It didn't look like one from up here.
Pass interference, 37 defense. First down, Denver.
Denver's got 37 seconds and 2 timeouts.
It's good coverage by Carnell Lake. The Broncos fake right to go deep left, and there's one of the reasons why they called it contact down the field, impede the progress of the wide receiver.
If he doesn't stick that right arm out, Phil, they will never call it because they're just bumping. They're both turning for position.
34-yard penalty. First down at the 20 with 37 seconds left. Davis to the 10-yard line, and it appears to be another first down, and the Broncos spend their second timeout. One remains. They're at the 10. 27 seconds left. Broncos by 3.
It can happen in any home and in any neighborhood. It's domestic violence. I'm Steve Atwater of the Denver Broncos, and this is my wife, Letha. The NFL and its players are concerned about the problems of domestic violence. That's why we're United Way volunteers working for the Safe House here in Denver. United Way supports more than 1,000 centers like this one here in Denver and cities across the nation.
The NFL, the United Way, and you, the power of teamwork.
On this incredibly fine day, temperature near 40 in January in Pittsburgh. We remind you, coming up the half, Greg Gumbel and company, along with the Domino's Pizza NFL on NBC halftime report. Will McDonough, some news and notes from around the league. We've unearthed some footage from the NBC archives of the Immaculate Reception, and you'll hear the Cowboy, Kurt Gowdy's call. We'll show you the original coverage of one of the most fabled plays in sport. That's all coming up at halftime. First down at the 10. To the pylon. Did he get in? No. They're going to mark it at the 1 to 2 yard line. Myron Bell made the tackle. Clock stopped. 24 seconds.
You know what? The official can't make the call because he's being knocked down, so he doesn't know whether Ed McCaffrey gets the ball over before he goes out of bounds or not. This is a hard call because the official gets knocked down. He's looking down at the ground at the time, so he really can't tell.
Oh, that looked like it might have been a touchdown. It's marked at the inside the 1. Second and goal. Davis throws up the middle. No signal yet. They have stopped him apparently. Clock continues to run. So this is a burning time against the Broncos, and now the officials will call time. No, this is Denver's final timeout. So Davis stuffed on second and goal. What do you call now?
Well, it was a good job. Pittsburgh defense, you got to expect the ball. Hey, what are they going to do? They're going to hand the ball to Terrell Davis up the middle. They do a good job. Penetration by the defensive line. Stop Terrell Davis just short.
Well, on McCaffrey's play now, see the official in the background up there, Phil. Watch this guy. Now here's McCaffrey as he's looking down because he's looking at the player coming in. He's going to roll his legs up. McCaffrey,
his feet are in bounds.
Watch his feet. And he extends the ball over the goal line. That's a touchdown, folks.
He breaks the plane, no question about it.
Well, it was a perfect call by the Denver Broncos. They expected blitz. They got it. They got Ed McCaffrey going outside on a quick pass. Enables John Elway to get rid of it. Ed McCaffrey, 6'5", stretches. Looks what might be a touchdown, but Denver misses on that last run.
He may have had that knee down as he was stretching.
Yes.
So
But Dick, they're a yard short here. They can still run the football. In halftime, what's third down? They wouldn't have time to run the field goal team on.
Run it anyway.
But they were short.
16 seconds. Elway rolls through. Same play to McCaffrey, touchdown. Same play that got them to the 1, and McCaffrey wide open in front of Myron Bell. And what a final 2 minutes for John Elway and the Broncos as they have scored 2 touchdowns in the 2 minutes of the half.
Well, what you do, you're in this situation, get your quarterback away from trouble. If they blitz and you throw the ball to your biggest, most physical receiver, Ed McCaffrey, 6'5", can go down, push off a little if he has to, create some separation for the touchdown.
What a block by Howard Griffith. He's the guy that opened it up for Elway.
Jason Elam adds the extra point, and in 30 seconds, Elway and the Denver Broncos go 54 yards and claim a 24-14 lead.
The medal is funny, you know. It has its own personality. It's like a jigsaw puzzle, right? You had to study it and fit it and figure it out, you know. What's bigger than Super Bowl, tell me? Millions and millions of people watch it, right? That's the biggest thing of my life. After it's polished up, the trophy, right? We didn't even breathe on it. That's got to be perfect. I tell you, you know what I'm always afraid of? When they all hold it and everything. I said, gee, don't drop it, please. Look at me. See? Get goose pimples. What a feeling, I tell you.
Coach Larry Bird returns to Boston for the first time to face the team he loved, the Celtics. Then Michael and the Bulls host the Rockets. An NBA on NBC doubleheader next Sunday at noon Eastern.
Well, the Broncos celebrating a 24-14 lead, and the passes to McCaffrey will remind 49er fans of Montana or Young to Jerry Rice.
Howard Griffith gets a great block on Jason Gildon. Phil just circled him. Look at this block, and it enables Elway to see McCaffrey the whole way. What a great block.
Dick, you're right. This is the play you've seen so many times from different looks that the 49ers love to use. They started it. Mike Shanahan used it when he went out there, and we see it all the time from the Denver Broncos.
They just squibbed this one down to John Whitman, who returns to the 43-yard line. 9 seconds left, and time for Stewart to make a deep pass, perhaps an out of bounds, should Bill Cowher be so inclined. Down now by 10. Boy, Elway, those last 2 possessions, he goes 5 plays for 80 yards, 5 plays for 54 yards, and quickly snaps up 14 points.
What did Cowher tell us? He did this to me so many times. People don't realize how many times he was on the sidelines watching Elway beat him.
Well, when he was an assistant to Schottenheimer in Cleveland, this is the exact day, 11th year anniversary of the drive game. And then the next year, Elway beat Cleveland as well. And Schottenheimer's defensive assistant was Bill Cowher. Says, I felt the pain as much as anyone. Now Stewart could be final play. He's good at this sort of thing. Just ask Michigan. It's batted around and finally intercepted. And out of bounds goes Tyrone Braxton. Braxton, who had 4 interceptions again this year, the veteran from North Dakota State, and that is the end of the first half. Went back and forth, Denver and Pittsburgh. The Steelers led 14-10 until the final 2 minutes when Elway took charge. And the Broncos with a pair of touchdowns enjoy the lead at halftime, 24-14.
Super Bowl Sunday. We've been visited before, but now we must prepare for the most ruthless and destructive invaders the Earth has ever seen.
Take me to your leader.
That would be me.
Actually, it's me.
I'm the boss.
No, it's not.
Catch the big 1-hour Third Rock after the Super Bowl on NBC.
Papa John's way. Their way. Our secret ingredient. And theirs. You see, most pizza delivery chains use dehydrated paste to make their sauce. Papa John's uses sauce made from vine-ripened tomatoes the day they're picked, then sent on to our stores. We believe better ingredients make a better pizza. That's why there's everyone else's pizza and Papa John's.
Now get a large pizza with the works for $10.99 and your second pizza for just $5.99.
Here, you live in many worlds, and you're a lot of things to a lot of people. And while what matters in your life remains the same, the way you stay a part of it all, clearly in the center of it all, keeps getting better. Life's better here. U.S. West.
It's the AFC Championship game, only on 9 News.
There's a land that has the colors of the world. In the year 2000, Sydney will bring these colors together. But you can discover their warmth right now. Sydney, Australia.
This is the Domino's Pizza NFL on NBC Halftime Report, brought to you by Domino's Pizza. Domino's, delivering 1 million smiles a day.
Welcome back to Pittsburgh, everyone. I'm Greg Gumbel, along with Ahmad Rashad, Joe Gibbs, Sam Weish, and Chris Collinsworth. At halftime, the Broncos are leading the Steelers by a score of 24-14, and we'll talk about that first half in just a moment. But first, for the news around the league, let's go to Will McDonough down on the field. Will.
Greg, let's go right to the biggest news in the league right now, in my opinion. I was talking to Danny Rooney, the owner of the Pittsburgh Steelers, last night, and he had told me there's going to be no labor deal in the league. They've been trying to work on this for the past 6 months with the players, and evidently their efforts are going to be fruitless. This blends right in with this Monday, I am told, The NFL is going to start accepting bids on the new TV package, and they expect to have it all done by next Thursday, so everybody in the league will know how much money they're going to have to spend on players and with the salary cap over the next 4 or 5 years. I talked to John Butler, the general manager of the Buffalo Bills, a couple of days ago. He tells me they are going to try to sign Doug Flutie, the former Heisman Award winner who has been playing in Canada. Let's move on to the Oakland Raiders, who are still looking for a head coach. I am told that they're very interested in Art Shell, and owner Al Davis is trying to convince himself to bring Art back to coach the Raiders again. Another thing, I think the Raiders will wait to see and have a chance to talk to Jim Haslett, the defensive coordinator of the Pittsburgh Steelers, who's involved in this game here today. I think Bill Belichick of the Jets has taken himself out of the running. Let's move on to Minnesota, where Dennis Green has been rumored as another possible candidate for the Raiders. President of the Vikings, Roger Hedrick, told me this week he will not give permission for Dennis Green to talk to any other team about being a head coach unless they also want to make him the general manager or give him a higher position. Back to you, Greg.
All right, Will, thank you. 25 years ago, Will McDonough was sitting in the press box here in Pittsburgh for the first ever postseason game in Three Rivers Stadium, Steelers against the Oakland Raiders, the Immaculate Reception. The version of this play you've undoubtedly seen is from NFL Films, but recently we unearthed the NBC version of that play. Here it is, as called by Kurt Gowdy.
Last chance for the Steelers. Bradshaw trying to get away, and his pass is broken up by Tatum. Tipped off. Franco Harris has it. And he's over. What? Franco Harris grabbed the ball on a deflection. 5 seconds to go. He grabbed it with 5 seconds to go and scored. When you talk about Christmas miracles, here's the miracle of all miracles. Watch this one now. Bradshaw's lucky to even get rid of the ball. He shoots it out. Jack Tatum deflects it right into the hands of Harris. And he sets off, and the big 230-pound rookie slipped away from Warren and scored.
A play that immediately endeared Franco Harris to the hearts of Pittsburgh fans. Ahmad, you were in that rookie class in 1972 along with Franco Harris.
That's right. I was a very young man in 1972. Except that, you know what I remember? I was mad that Franco went to Pittsburgh and I went to St. Louis, and our season had been over about a month when they were playing. Joe, you have a story about that game.
Will McDonough passed along a story. He said Art Rooney, the longtime owner of the Pittsburgh Steelers, had already left the press box. He'd given up. You know, we go downstairs. He's going to console the players about losing the game. He goes down there. He waits about 10 or 15 minutes. All of a sudden, the players come running in, jumping up, down, and going, we won. And he goes, how? How's that possible? That was how. The Immaculate Reception.
All right, well, tonight on Dateline, an exclusive interview you don't want to miss. It's with Reggie Brown of the Detroit Lions. Brown was involved in that horrific accident 3 weeks ago when he was hit awkwardly in a game against the New York Jets and lay motionless on the Silverdome carpet. But 4 days ago, he was wheeled into a press conference, and he delighted everyone by getting up out of his wheelchair. Here's Reggie with Dateline's Lynn Cannon.
No, I'm not angry at the game. It's just, you know, something that happened, you know, casualty of war. So.
You think you're lucky to be alive?
I would say I'm definitely lucky to be alive. And I'm definitely lucky and blessed, you know, to be in the situation I am now.
Football is a tough and can be a dangerous game, but thank God we got a good situation here with Reggie Brown.
Well, we did, and listen, this guy stopped breathing on the field out there, and it was the fast action by the team doctor and by the trainer, Kent Falb of the Detroit Lions in this case, who are certified athletic trainers. These aren't the same trainers that you get if you go to the gym and you're working out. These guys are trained for moments just like this, and it saved Reggie's life.
But you know, Ahmad, thanks to some programs like the Miami Project, headed up by a former NFL player, Nick Bonacani, there's some real progress being made in this area right now, and we can only hope and pray that it really continues.
All right, a special 90-minute Dateline tonight at 7 o'clock Eastern Time, and that'll be followed by the blockbuster movie The Fugitive, starring Harrison Ford and Tommy Lee Jones. Coming up, we'll talk about the first half of the Broncos and Steelers. First, we'll step aside for these messages from your local station.
Last week, he broke Susan's heart. Monday, he becomes a real pain in the neck. And Lucky Louie and the boys are taking a road trip to Vegas. Uh-oh. Did their luck just run out?
We're the nudes on ice. The rest of the girls are on the bus.
In costume?
Plus, Vicky's man pops the big question. Will she marry him and leave for good?
He asked me to move to Israel for a year. With him, or does he just want you to go away?
An all-new Suddenly Susan, followed by an all-new Jenny. NBC Monday.
You like the way you feel when you get what you need to do what you do well.
To keep its value, your Ford, Mercury, or Lincoln just needs a little attention now and then. An oil change, brake job, a system check. Quality care from the people who know it best. And they're waiting for you at the place it all started.
At your service, quality care.
Quality care service from Ford and Lincoln Mercury dealers.
Watch our rematch in Pittsburgh, only on 9 News.
This is the Domino's Pizza NFL on NBC Halftime Report. Brought to you by Domino's Pizza. Domino's, delivering a million smiles a day.
We're at halftime here at Three River Stadium with the Denver Broncos leading the Steelers 24-14. Let's get a couple of team reports beginning with Jim Gray. Jim.
All right, thank you very much, Greg. I talked to Mike Shanahan as he was leaving the field. He said we're very fortunate to have survived that first half. He did not like the 2 fumbles and the interception. He did, however, like the offensive setup. He will continue with that. The defensive scheme he felt got much better in the second half of the second quarter. He said that I'm not going to make many adjustments and changes. I'm just going to remind my guys to concentrate. Many of the Broncos went into the locker room very unhappy, screaming at each other that they need to play much better football, and just happy that they survived this first half. For more with the Steelers, let's send it over now to John Dockery.
Thank you, Jim. And Bill Cowher hustling into the locker room, a little surprised by what happened at the end of the half there. His big thing was that the missed opportunity, certainly the missed field goal, and also another chance when Cordell Stewart threw an interception down in the end zone. He also said, hey, we made some bad plays, we got some penalties late, but you know what? We're down by 10, 30 minutes to play, we will be back. Greg?
All right, Doc, thanks very much. You know, all those prognosticators who looked for a big defensive battle, these two teams combined for a total of, 21 points a week ago? They have 34 on the board in the first half. First half, adjustments, Joe.
Well, it's an exciting game, but I think Denver continues to bring up their safety to stop the run and stop Bettis. When they do that, they're giving Cordell an unusual opportunity to work the outside. You're going to see the safety come up here and actually blitz. And when you do that, look at all the room out here for the 2 receivers on the outside. I think Cordell has got to work those outside receivers one-on-one. The second thing that Pittsburgh is doing a good job of is using their outside receivers to block Atwater. We talked about that in pregame, and I think they need to continue to do that. Here you're going to see the receiver coming across. He now blocks Atwater on the end of the line of scrimmage, and watch Big Jerome. They need to get him refueled at halftime and get him ready to go, because here he breaks outside and makes a big run. So I think those are 2 keys for the Steelers. When it comes to Denver, I think that Elway has had several passes blocked inside, but I think the key here is to always contain Cordell. Try and keep him inside. He made 1 big run. Some of the players told me they have 3 runs. We haven't seen 2 of those. Expect them to run in the second half. And the second thing is move the pocket for Elway. He's had balls batted. I think maximum protect or move him around to keep him from some of the pressure from getting to him like they did on the very last drive.
Joe, I want to get back to a point you made a little bit earlier. They had Steve Atwater on the line of scrimmage to stop the run early in the game. It simply wasn't working. He was getting run over basically by Jerome Bettis. But late in the game, late in that first half, they moved him back to the free safety position, and then all of a sudden, Cordell and the Pittsburgh Steelers just kept throwing the football down the field. Jerome Bettis is averaging 7 yards a carry here in the first half. They have to get back to it.
Sam, your insights.
Well, remember, Cordell Stewart's a second-half player. He makes his mistakes in the first half, wins in the second, but John Elway is the comeback. Marty Schottenheimer is criticized losing to John Elway. Guess who the assistant coach was in '86 and '87 up in Cleveland? Bill Cowher.
Well, Cordell Stewart has proven throughout